Ain't no sensation like Asian penetration. That's all I'm saying. So as by some divine act of grace, late in the midst of my prayer, God revealed his face with an offer to recreate me according to my own design. So I said, fine. I said, I want biceps and pecs. I want to wear tight shirts that make me look like I'm smuggling ice packs in my chest. No more lanky legs or bony wrists. I want God to make me rip. Gluteus maximus my hips. I want butt cheeks bulging out of my pants. Butt cheeks that can clench the back of my jeans and pull them down without using my hands. I want chiseled calves and thunderous thighs. I want women to upgrade their medical insurance because I can't help but snap their necks every time I walk by. Fuck the poetry hustle. I'd rather have muscle, a baritone voice and facial stubble, and I want a bigger penis. But not just a bigger than average penis. Y'all know, like the one I have now? No. I want one the size of a forearm with a clenched fist. The kind I have to wrap around my waist every time I piss. I'll make my living as a stripper, stage name Mr. Bangkok, mastering the art of soy sauce body shots, and I'll get laid. Not to mention get paid, because my stack of unpaid bills got me lighting candles at night. Yo, yesterday, for real, the electric company came to my house, shut my drapes, and told me I can't even have daylight. What the fuck? Diamond-studded tub, taking a bubble bath and champagne. God obviously did not share my enthusiasm. So I said, in that case, make me immune. Invincible from a cancer that came too soon. If not that, make me fearless. Unafraid of the monthly blood test that could take me back to where I started. If not that, make me heartless. Because compassion has only led me to the pain of remembrance for those I've ever loved and lost. We are the bearers of the cross, forced to come face to face with our faults. Weary from the weight we strap to our backs, we search for a quick fix to relieve ourselves from the ugliness that consumes us. We feel abandoned. We feel forgotten, as if we're swimming against the current of those who seem to have it all figured out, but still with hopeful voice we shout, praying to be redeemed, if only for a while. They say when life gives us 100 reasons to frown, we give life 1,000 reasons to smile, and I swear I'm counting my blessings. How do you count your blessings when fingers always seem to fall short of expectations? We are the seekers of salvation. We are the callous knuckles pounding on heaven's door, like a tree growing on the forest floor, stretching its limbs upwards just for a piece of the sun. We are the bent knees on bedroom floors, stretching our arms to the ceiling, hoping our prayers are heard amongst the prayers of millions. And then God spoke. Said I was missing the purpose, because somewhere between the thresholds of our homes and the thresholds of churches, there will be days when prayers seem to hang lifeless at the edge of our tongues. There will be days when the ugliness reveals itself as a shadow dancing on the blades of our shoulders, but beauty's in the eye of the beholder, and the only beholder is Him. This ain't about picking at the scabs of your sins. This ain't about God finding you amongst a sea of faces. This is about you finding God in the most chaotic of places. This is about dancing in the sprinklers. This is about the taste of a candy bar your mother said would ruin your meal. This is about finding ways to heal. This is about having lemons and making some motherfucking cough drops. This is about sipping wine in the mountaintop while guzzling 40s on the sidewalk curb. This is about performing in front of 3,000 or just 3 and still having the same conviction in your words. This is about junior high bike rides to your girlfriend's house. This is about turning 65 and still making out with your spouse. This is about writing poems about someone's staff. This is about standing naked before a mirror and flexing the muscles you don't have. This is about fighting the good fight. This is about the irony of cancer turning out to save my life. I put my heart out. I keep my head high, waiting with patience for the day God reveals His face and makes me the same offer once again. And when such time arrives, this time I will look Him square in the eye and tell Him, make me as I already am, because nothing has ever been more beautiful. What up, Blue Magic? When I say freedom, you say live. Freedom. Freedom. When I say people, you say love. People. People. When I say struggle, you say fight. Struggle. What's the color of grass?
Green.
What are the two letters after A and B?
C.
Well, now that y'all bring it up, yeah, we have CDs under $10. Well, I'm gonna give y'all a special. It's $10. It's $10, but it's 2 for $20. So if you want to take advantage of the sale, make sure you just come and see us, and then we will rock it out for you. Yeah, because whatever money I make off CDs is going to the team, and we take it to Southern Fried. And so coming up the stage next, and then after him we're doing a team piece. We closing it. My man is a 2-time slam champion, national slam champion. Now, 2 of my team members can no longer go to Southern Fried next week, so I had to pull some talent instead of doing the slam, and he's from Charlotte, North Carolina, son. God damn. Yeah, your basketball team sucks, but as far as... What? Y'all acting like I'm telling you a lie. Shit. Speaking of which, by the way, today I was going through my phone and I saw text messages that me and Will had a year ago, and it was about the Miami Heat, and we were talking about the Heat making it to finals and all that, and then like later on he passed away, so I miss him, I really do, and I know a lot of you do too, and he was like my big brother, like me and him. I mean, we were gonna come Halloween, we were gonna come this rush hour. That shit was gonna be so hilarious. What? You have no idea how that shit was gonna be so funny. It was gonna be so funny, like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, like, can't hear a word out of my mouth type shit. So my man came and he from Charlotte and he's gonna rip the shit. Like, I love him to death. He's like my brother. Like, he's an amazing poet, 2-time slam champion, and just got, he's gonna be flying to LA to film for Versus and Flow. So he just got on that shit. It's gonna be tight. Yeah, son. Coming into the stage, make some noise, show some love for Carlos Rosen!
We like brothers, but not quite. Y'all don't know me, like Asia said, I'm from North Carolina, but I'm originally from South Florida. This is kind of my home, and one of the first people I ever saw spit on Def Poetry was Will. And I was real, damn right. And I was real taken with it. It's actually still to this day one of my favorite poems I've ever heard is Die to Reform. And I remember the first time I met Will, and of course here I am this 6'3.5" hippie looking white dude with a Latin name and a ponytail, and Will didn't need any. Call him something else so I can finish my story. But he didn't need a reason to respect me, right? He didn't know who the hell I was. He didn't have any reason to respect me. And I walked up to him at the national competition when he and Asia made final stage. And I said, look, man, I'm a real big fan of yours. And he shook my hand, he dapped me up, he talked to me for a minute. He had no reason to do that. There was no reason he needed to take the time out to talk to me, but he did. And I saw him again 2 years later. He remembered my name. He remembered what we talked about. Will was like that. You feel me? He encouraged me when my family didn't even know what the fuck this poetry shit was and was telling me to get a real fucking job and all that kind of shit, I was his feature at his spot 2 weeks before the day he died, and I came down here 2 days later to be here for the funeral. And so in his honor, I will ask y'all to do me a favor tonight and tonight only. If you see a poet on this stage that's been up here earlier or that's up here right now or is coming up here later and you like their work, stop them before you leave and say, I like your work, right? Because that's what he would do, right? He encouraged everybody. He had a dude, a 65-year-old white dude doing some old 1922 poetry shit in his venue, and he made people respect him, you know what I'm saying? So y'all do me a favor, tonight if there's somebody that you feel, you tell them that you feel them. If you feel good about it, the next time you at a poetry spot, do it again, right? Because that's what he will want us to do. Right. That being said, I'm gonna try and be real loud and not use this microphone. Okay, here we go. So the earliest memory I have of my grandfather is from an Easter Sunday church service when I was 3, which is funny, because it was probably the only time my grandfather showed up to church in his life. Wow. And I can't remember who convinced him to come, but I remember that the service was outside. And during the silence of the pastor's prayer, I remember this woman walked by. And with me, at 3, Sitting on his knee, my half-deaf grandfather cried, "Orgy, if I could get a run at that, I would ride that motherfucker till the wheels fall off." And at that moment, y'all, nobody's head was still about to pray. Shit, you could have heard a dime drop into the collection plate. It was as if Jesus himself had stopped the whole church service to ask, "Excuse me, but what the hell did you just say?" But that was my grandfather. The second oldest memory I have of him is from when I was 4. He taught me the salsa step in sweat socks across our parquet floor. He taught me quick, quick, slow. Quick, quick, slow. He was a dance instructor when he was younger. Gave my brother and me one of his trophies once. But after that, I don't have good memories of my grandfather. He was an abusive alcoholic, which led to diabetes, and when the blood could no longer flow to his toes, they cut his legs off at the knees. It's a sad fucking thing to see. A dancer with no feet. And by the time I turned 8 or 10, people rarely talked to him like his friends, didn't call him on birthdays or holidays. His children barely spoke his name. He didn't talk to his wives, past nor present. By the time I turned 16, 18, my grandfather lay dying in a hospital bed and he could barely lift a limb, and the only person who still spoke with him was my mama. She would drive my brother and I 600 miles a trip twice a year to spend 2 days at a time with him. And I remember the last time I ever saw my grandfather alive, he told me some men are big enough to understand how small their existence means. Wow. And then he told me I ain't one of them men. He said, "I got a lot of theories on living, but I only learned one thing." And let me be the first to say there ain't nobody messed up their life more than me, but it doesn't matter how broken or battered or abused we've all become, because we're all worthy of something beautiful, something perfect, something pure. And it doesn't matter how far we've fallen or whether or not we all broken hearted, we all deserve to chase our own happiness until God calls us home, whether or not we all deserve to chase our own happiness till God calls us home, whether or not he called us cursing during some Easter Sunday service. See, the only things we regret in life are the chances we ain't willing to take. So when it comes to your own happiness, you let there be no room for second place, and you run after what you want until the day that they take your legs, and then you use every impulse of your energy till you no longer have the strength to lift your head. And then every morning when you wake up, you breathe, and you try not to forget what life tastes like. You try to remember the dance, and if you can still get all them steps right. And if you find one moment of happiness in this short thing we call life, then you grab that moment, you hold that moment tight, and you ride that motherfucker till the wheels fall off. Thank y'all, thank y'all. I've done that poem 3 nights in a row, and I could not do it 4. I will be featuring tomorrow, but in the room, fuck that poem, we doing some other shit tomorrow. I'm gonna lose my voice. All right, y'all. Y'all already saw both of these gentlemen earlier, but they're gonna come back up here and do a group piece, which is what we get to do with these regional and national poetry slams. If y'all never seen a group piece, you're gonna see a hell of a group piece right now. Y'all please make some noise for Mason and Trell. Let's make some noise, y'all.
Really fast, one thing that you guys don't know about Trell, he's a guru. He's a fucking prophet if you've ever seen one. I just need you to do something for him really quick. Just make him, I don't know. Oh, it's happening. Let me step back. Pay attention. DJ, turn off the music. It's loud. Gotta keep going. Let's go. Get the children from back there. You ready? Let's go. Somebody get that pit bull out of here.
Everybody snap. All right, stop that shit.
Stop it. Shut the fuck up. Let's go.
Hickory, dickory, dock. The mouse went up the clock. What the fuck was he on? Snap.
Just one more, then the poem. Let's go. Everybody, DJ, please, the music. Let's go.
One fish.
Oh, shit.
2 fish. Red fish.
Let's go. behind velvet ropes. My biggest pet peeves, cigarette smoke.
Why you coming home so late?
People talking loud on their cell phones.
You never spend time with me.
Guys dressed in costume.
You act like your friends are more important than your family.
Motherfuckers acting like they don't know they skipping the line.
Nigga, I need the password to your Facebook.
Lace front weaves. I'm about to slap a bitch. I need a drink.
I need a drink.
Bam! 2 hours ago. So I'm in the basement.
I'm in my basement.
It's the hottest club in the city.
the darkest room in the house.
Rhythms and rhymes, rounding rectangular rooms, bass breaking sound barriers, sisters sipping libations, lips locking, hips hopping, dicks popping, pressing pants, pussies pulsating, people dancing.
The pressing dust disturbs the air. Drinking dreams, drowning sweet souls, soaking floorboards, deep creeps, beat people die here.
As I'm in front of the bar,
I'm in front of my bar.
with my friends,
Who always seem to say the right words in times like this, so here's one for
Parmesan,
Martin,
Hennessy, both E and J. Damn, this shit burns. Bam! 30 minutes ago. So the music,
my head.
it's banging.
I can barely think straight.
I can barely stand straight.
Am I ready to leave?
Damn straight.
But she won't let me. But if your drunk ass go, you won't be able to see your kids anymore. What am I supposed to say? That I don't give a fuck?
I don't give a fuck. If I'm drunk, take these $5 and bring my car.
Now it's time for me to get on my bike and ride.
And at some point I stopped. I don't remember how I got here, but I've been sitting at this stop sign for the past 10 minutes, waiting for it to turn green. I'm leaving and I'm speeding. I love the way the wind feels against my skin. There's nothing like the smell of silence at 3 a.m. when there's no one on the street but a few folks the world doesn't remember or care to know. But wait, over there, just past the light, right across the street. Yeah, her. Who is she? Wait, who is he?
I was in the right.
I came straight to the light.
Came from my left.
She was on my right, but I was only trying to avoid the motorbike. Bam! Out comes the airbags and car crash starts.
Insurance.
Repair costs.
Who's fault?
Total loss. 411.
911.
Pain. Body parts. What about her body parts?
Debris scattered along the pavement.
A mosaic created of shattered glass and broken trees.
Her legs flung loosely like torn
Her
bandanas.
arms folded between the side view mirror and car antenna. They say each year drunk driving accounts for over 13,000 deaths in the U.S. She wasn't so lucky. It was worse than we had thought. The doctor said it's called persistent vegetative state. And it was all our fault. So if you ever find yourself sitting at a stop sign waiting for it to turn green, please, just wait. Because stop signs don't turn green.
Back in the days when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. But some days I sit and wish I was a kid again. Back in the days when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. But some days I sit and wish I was a kid again. Back in the days when I was just a little nigga, I looked up to my nigga, bro, begged if I could kick it. So when he went out with girls, I could go tagging along, nagging if she had a 6-man.
Are you not entertained? Y'all show your love. Who's celebrating something tonight? Who's celebrating something tonight? If you happen to be alive, if it's your birthday, you know you ain't got no STDs. If you just happen to be just, you know you got a job, you out tonight. That's your favorite poetry too, huh? The revolver poem? It's going around. I think B-Fly for one pass it. All right. Now, y'all already know, man, we had a wonderful feature for Mother's Day in Alicia Brooks, a.k.a. Amali. She's a phenomenal poet. And for those who do not know, some of y'all might know my brother, the one and only Chello Davis Jr., as seen on Broadway, Star Search. Motherfucking Happy Feet too. You already know, I ain't bullshitting. Tonight's ticket to get in should have probably been at least $25. Between Burn Beautiful, between all the monster poets you've seen thus far, and between what you're about to see. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, I summon and call to the stage the one, the only, the poet, Amali! My brother, same mama, same daddy, all the way from New York. Put your hands together for Chello Davis Jr.
Hello? All right. How y'all doing? All right. Am I working? Okay. You ready? Summertime and the living is easy. It's jumping. And the cotton is high. You're dancing, rich and your mom is good looking. So hush, little baby, don't you cry. I'm standing at the crossroads of Highway 61 and 49, headed to the platform of the Clarksdale, Mississippi Railroad Station to catch the A train to take me away to Beale Street in Memphis, Tennessee, where my legacy begins. You see, I and the blues. I'm that 12-bar bent note melody that your grandparents quoted, and the gambler's dice. I'm that lone saxophone player with the tilted hat, standing in the corner of the smoke-filled room, playing his tunes that all the disheartened souls could relate to. Before the Anita Bakers and Patti LaBelle's, I was the Bessie Smiths and Ma Rainey's that rang the bell on them plantation fields for lunch. I was that fear Hollywood soul escaping spiritual that didn't give much but a free expression of a lost self. Before music lost itself in the auto-tune that now carries the tune that my voice used to have. I was that ragtime in them dusty, dirty, dirty chip-joint floors where I always wore my Sunday's best, and dancing song was the only form of rest a fatigue face could find. In a time when them hard times was never too hard to produce a smile, and the muddy waters was never too thick to walk through. When Dixon was a last name and not a line, and you could play 35 songs on those jukeboxes for a dime and wish all your worries away in the wind. See, that was then. When jazz jazz was the reputation of New Orleans before Katrina. When Sunday afternoons were spent in Congo Square, and it was Miles Davis, Duke Ellington, and Louis Armstrong that was there, and the lady of song, Miss Ellis, got through the summertime. See, those were the times when music was at its best, when melancholy was confused as depressed. That was just mere emotions compressed by an oppressed culture just trying to survive. See, that's when I was alive, flowing through them veins of the artistic souls behind the poems of melody. That's where you would find me, tripping like the sweat in between the thighs that goes against the away before the two-step overtook the step but sway. I was a pop collar, a John Coltrane that put you in a sentimental mood and made you move in ways that made a prostitute blush. I was much more than a gifted engineer's touch. I was the raw talent and then some, the passion plus the love, the bucket drums before the snares when they sat on crates instead of chairs. I was that job-talking rhetoric that confused the normal form of dialect and drove people crazy. I said trends, but you wouldn't have what you think is music today if you didn't have what I was back then. So never forget that smooth, sultry sound that you probably was created to, that sound that all the